Hey boys and girls, I want to talk to you a little bit about measurement, and I want to help you make some good estimations using what you know to figure out what you don't know. And we've talked about that some this year already. So let's look at our first point of reference. So if you look at the first image on the screen, you'll notice that 1/4 is the same as 1 inch. We've used this ruler in class, we've used the blue ruler in class. So either one, the space between the numbers is 1 inch long. Okay, so now we know 1/4 is 1 inch. I was using my thumb pad, my thumbprint is 1 inch. Okay, now I'm going to remember that. I've got to put it in my brain as a mental benchmark. Okay, what else can I use to help me remember? And I need to think about something that everybody can use as their point of reference. An egg. Okay, look at the egg. It's not exactly 2 inches. That's why I put it's about. So now we know 1/4 is 1. I can think about an egg. An egg is about 2. Okay, now look at the next thing that I know we can all visualize in our mind, a new crayon. This new crayon is more than 3 and less than 4. So it's right in the middle. That would be 3 whole inches and half of another. That's why it says it's about 3.5 inches. So 1/4 is 1, egg is 2, a crayon is about 3 or 4. Okay, sorry. What do we see here? Everybody knows how big a roll of toilet tissue is. How tall is it? Look at it. 4 inches. They're all 4 inches because everybody has the same little things that you put them on and hang them on to roll the paper off of. Okay? Tissue boxes are pretty standard. If you look carefully, it's almost 9. Not quite. Almost. So now let's review. 1/4 is 1. An egg is about 2. A crayon is about 3 or 4. Toilet paper is 4. Tissue box is about 9. What else? The spoon of mine is about 7 inches. It's more than 6, closer to 7. A new pencil is about 8. But everybody has a fish book. Okay, even pieces of paper that we get worksheets on are 11 inches. Guess what? 11 inches is almost a whole ruler. And one whole ruler, 12 inches, is called 1 foot. All right, I got a bunch of things out of my cabinets for us to look at to help us use what we know to help us figure out what we don't know. Now look at this ruler over here. You can see at the top, there's 1 space empty. On this side, you can see the 12 at the bottom. I flipped the ruler. The 12 is at the top. Either way, did the egg carton get bigger or smaller just because I flipped the ruler? No. Whether you start at the bottom and count back, there's 11 spaces. Or whether you start at 1 and count on, it's still 11 spaces, units of space, and those units are 1 inch. So now we know a carton of eggs is about 11 inches, close to 12. What else was 11 on the last screen? The piece of paper. All right, now let's compare the ruler and the eggs. Compare it to the box of cereal. Is it less than a foot? More than a foot? About a foot? Okay, again, we're trying to make mental benchmarks that we can think back to help us make good estimates. Now this milk, which is bigger, the egg carton or the box of cereal or the milk? Now let's use what we know about those items to this. This box of macaroni and cheese, if I go over and compare, is about 7. So if I know 7, and I know a whole foot is 12, 7 plus 7 is 14, which is about an egg longer than a foot. 2 inches, remember? So, I added a couple things in here. Use this picture and what you know to figure out how long is the egg carton. We already talked about it. How tall is the cereal box, milk, the Annie's mac and cheese, deluxe mac and cheese, how tall is the Pepsi bottle. Now, we've got to know another unit. 36 inches, which is 3 of those rulers. Put those together, that makes a bigger unit where you can measure longer and taller things easily, called a yard. This chair is about a yard. There's a few inches of empty space at the top, but now that can be my point of reference. A tall kitchen chair is about a yard. Look at this. Where does the yard come on the refrigerator? A little more than half, but I think it would be safe to say that a refrigerator is about 2 yards. All right, I hope that helps.